today, guys? Well, we're going to take a look at Q4OS, specifically the 32-bit Trinity edition, based off of Debian 9, I think, and the Trinity desktop environment, rather than KDE Plasma. So we're going to be installing it on my ThinkPad T60. I've set aside some space to make a triple boot of 2000 XP and Q4OS. Now 2000 XP are already installed and have been for some time, so we'll go ahead and put the CD in the drive and hit the ThinkVantage button, and that will get us into the BIOS settings, or the BIOS menu rather, where we can choose among several options. Most importantly, for this case, the one that we want, the temporary boot device selection, which is F12. So we'll go ahead and boot off of the CD drive. We have two options, Q4OS Live and Q4OS Live Failsafe, among some advanced options. But for most cases, you'd just pick Live, and if you have a problem, you'd try Failsafe. And advanced options may contain some settings that would help you if Failsafe doesn't work either. Now, because it's off of a CD, it will take some time to start up, but due to the magic of video editing, it will appear when I snap my fingers. Well, we've made it to the pre-desktop environment, but there's still some more waiting to do. As you can see, the next step is it moves the entire CD to RAM if you have enough memory to do so in your computer. And then we will move on to the next step, where it will configure any networks that it detects, such as Wi-Fi networks. So now it's done moving the file system to RAM, and we're presented with the wireless network configuration. So we can go ahead and click OK, and then it'll bring up a box, and we can select which internet we want. And I'll select my wireless network and type in the key. And if you have a wired network, it should be able to configure it automatically for you, but if you have a very strange network with strange settings, it may present you with the configuration menu anyways, so you'll just have to see. Now we're at the desktop. We're presented with the Welcome to Q4OS menu, which shows us some stuff that we can do, but we'll mess around with that when we actually have an installation. So to install Q4OS, all you have to do is click the button on the desktop here that says Install Q4OS. So you can select your region and whatnot, and you can hit next and select your time zone and hit forward. Make sure your keyboard setting is okay, and then you can type in your user information. And type in a username. And you can select if you want to be logged in automatically. I do not in this case, and it's probably not a good idea for a portable computer that will be taken to public places. And the host name will be the computer name, similar to a NetBIOS name on Windows. Well, actually NetBIOS is archaic, but let's see. That's the current name of this computer on the other account, on the other versions of operating systems, so we'll go with that. My username must be lowercase. Alright. Oh wait, can we choose a picture? Oh yeah, we can. Let's see, what do we want here? I'll go with Mr. Linux Dude. Shoot, what mascot is he? So this is where you choose where you want to install Q4OS. So I have this empty space in my hard drive here, so I'll use that. If you're trying to set up a dual boot, make sure to partition the other operating systems or system, so you have some empty space left for another operating system. And I would say you'd want for Q4OS at least 30 gigabytes plus whatever RAM amount you have, but your mileage may vary. So we'll go ahead and create a new partition here, and I'll make it 40 gigabytes with an I. And that'll be, yes, this will be the primary partition for, it'll be the primary partition for our Q4OS. Go ahead and add that. No need to set a, do we need to set a mount point? No, it doesn't act like it. So there's this empty space here, and it's 10 gigabytes, which is overkill for my 3 gigabytes of RAM, but I would recommend setting aside a partition that is at least twice your amount of RAM for a swap file, but your mileage may vary depending on what you're going to be doing. So we'll go ahead and configure that. You want to choose the Linux swap option as opposed to ext4, and you can label it if you desire to do so. Then we click Apply Changes, and we click Apply, and you wait for it to do its thing. And within some amount of time, you will see a message that says all operations successfully completed. So that means you can finish, and then close gparted, and go back to this. Make sure to click refresh, and then you'll be presented with your new partitions. And should be able to assign, yes. And then so what you want to do is you want to assign whatever larger partition you set aside for the operating system itself. Make sure to assign it to /, and then you can click forward. And I would recommend installing Grub unless you're an advanced person and have some sort of different idea, and just leave it to whatever the default partition is in most cases, and it will let you boot Windows alongside any other operating system you have. And then it gives you a summary of all the information that you've put together, and you can go ahead and click Apply. And then it should do the rest. So while it's copying files, it prevents you with several images in a slideshow sort of thing to review. It tells you what it comes with, and what you can do with it, and all that good stuff. So one eating of dinner later, we'll see if it's done or not. It does appear that it is finished installing and it wants to restart the computer, so we will do so. If you haven't noticed by now, the user interface does look a lot like Windows XP, and that's probably by design, because it's not complicated and can therefore be lightweight, as this is designed to be able to run on some older computers. Possibly from the XP era, and oops, I just booted into the live CD. I don't know why I have the CD drive as my first boot choice, that's a little odd. No, stop. There we go. Now it's going onto the hard drive. So now we're at the logon screen, and we can type in our username and password. And we can click login. Menu has some different options, such as session type, if TDE is not working for some reason, and remote login, console login, and restart the window manager. And now, once again, since we configured it for the live CD, which automatically configurations get dumped after every boot, we'll go ahead and set that up again. And now we can select our desktop environment. The lightweight and efficient Trinity desktop is installed and pre-configured at the moment. Nevertheless, Q4 installer has auto-detected that your computer is powerful enough to operate the more advanced KDE Plasma desktop environment. Now, if you want the lighter weight desktop, you can choose it, or you can choose KDE Plasma. But if you want KDE Plasma and you think you have a powerful enough computer, you might as well just get the ISO that contains Plasma already, so you don't have to download it again. But I'm going to choose Trinity, and then you can choose what you want. You can choose everything. You can choose it to have a few things installed, or you can have it just nothing. I'm going to choose the full installation. And we'll have to wait a bit for it to download everything. So it finished downloading everything, and we'll go ahead and click finish. And setup is finished, and we'll go to the login screen. If you've noticed that line on my screen, that just appeared one day when I was using the laptop, and it never went away. It's 2 pixels tall. It doesn't really bother me that much. Anyways, we have booted into Q4OS. And it comes with enough applications to do a lot of things. But if you want more, there's always the Q4OS Software Center, or since it's based on Debian, you can install Debian packages or compile them yourself if you're fancy. Now, I would recommend grabbing Update Manager if it's not already installed. Is it? Okay, it's already installed, so that's good. But seems to work well. So let's see about browsing the web. Oh wow, it updated to Chrome 69. Haha, nice. Just kidding, I hate this user interface. Ta-da! So if you want to change how your desktop looks, You can always click Configure Desktop by right-clicking on the desktop. It comes with several desktop backgrounds, or you can provide your own. Let's see, what are we going to do here? Which one do we want? Sure. And also, being a laptop, it comes with several things that could be useful for a laptop, such as it has CPU frequency policies, so you can set it whether you want to save power or balanced or maximum performance. And there's schemes for that. And you can look at your batteries and current processor speed, all that good stuff. So we'll see how it handles video. Well, it seemed to handle video pretty well. I'm just waiting for a Amarok to download, because I hate using VLC for listening to audio, because it doesn't seem to have very good file management. Does it even have album management and stuff like that? I don't know. But Amarok is a billion times nicer. Oh, I don't know, literally a billion times nicer, but it's nicer. Now, Amarok's installed, so we'll go ahead and test its theme that it comes with. You might recognize it from the video I played. It did actually come with a really old version of Amarok for some reason. But I installed the latest one through the package manager. Anyways, thanks for taking a look at my tour of Q4OS, and have a nice day or night or whatever. If you have a comment, please feel free to leave one. Or any questions about Q4OS, I'll try to explain them. But there's plenty of resources about Q4OS available at Q4OS.org. Anyways, see you guys later.